Hey friends, welcome back. It's Mike here, and we're with my mom. Her name is Liz, and she's been on the keto diet now for about 3 weeks. And as much as I would like to take credit for her getting on the ketogenic diet, I've kind of hinted over the years, but I've learned in my almost 20 years of experience in the nutritional space that when you push someone to do something, they normally just like put up blinders or have obstacles or whatever. So I just let people come to me when they have questions or whatever. But you started doing the Metabolic Monday fast about a year ago, like November of 2018 or it was 2019? You started doing fasting, and then you cut out sugar in February. And then I think we were talking casually, and you were like, I've been on the keto diet for 3 weeks. And I was like, really? How? So I thought, you know what, let's just have a conversation and here's why, Mom, I wanted to talk to you about it. First of all, get your experience. But last night, it was my daughter's birthday. We were all hanging out literally on this couch. And Deanna had purchased what appeared to be a tasty looking gluten-free cake. And of course I had some, right? I exercised yesterday, and it was right there. And normally my mom would definitely start crushing some cake. And she was like, no, I'm good. I quit sugar. And I'm just watching the cake, and there was no temptation. You didn't have any wine. And I'm like, wow, because there's a lot of people that have all these perceived obstacles about cutting out carbs and sugar. Anyway, let's just back the truck up a little bit. You started fasting. Why did you do like this intermittent fasting or Metabolic Mondays a year ago?
Well, so the intermittent fasting, actually that was very easy to accommodate. I don't eat breakfast really anyways. I love my coffee, love water, and I signed up for Pilates, and I kept myself busy in the mornings when normally I would have something, or I'd sneak something, and I'd be quasi-hungry and have no time really to make the right thing. So the fasting worked out great for me, and it was a challenge. Like, if I can do this, I went from Mondays to adding Thursdays. Actually, I'm better on Thursdays because Sundays we have company, and it's a little harder to get going on Mondays the whole time. But anyways, so I'm like 1.5 days a week, I guess. Corona comes around, and learning from Mike and all of his interviews, sugar and carbs deplete your immune system for 4 to 6, 8 hours at a time. So I did a little text out to my girlfriends who are all complaining about weight and sleep issues and different things. Let's try to do this challenge for 30 days. Cut out sugar, do this amount of exercise, and see what happens. Well, I couldn't believe it. I'm a bit of a gummy bear chewer, sneaker. It was a little tough for a few days. Totally lost the cravings right away, because my goal was not to get sick or pass on the germs to anyone else I know. So that went good. Then I'm realizing...
Can we pause on that though?
Sure.
So you sent out this group text, 10, 15 people?
So I have 16 girlfriends that signed up. They all decided we're going to co-support each other. Is that what you want?
Yeah, no sugar. Was this like a private Facebook group or just a group text?
So yeah, I do single text. I'm not into group texting.
Oh, so it's a one-off to all 16 different people?
Yes.
But how did everyone stay accountable?
I checked in with them.
Oh, so you said, hey, how's it going?
I check in and sort of motivate. And I didn't want to put the pressure on with a group. I actually didn't tell no two people that they were doing it with me until the very end.
So they thought they were just doing a one-on-one thing?
Yes, and I think probably thought they were doing it to help me, because I have different issues going on. So I think they were trying to support me, which was great. And really, I'm trying to support them and have like our little community. Well, some girlfriends just went off and they're high-powered. They're walking like 10 miles a day and exercising, and they've taken it to a whole new level. So it was great. Well, anyways, coming through all of this, a few weeks ago, I'm being woken up over a period of time with my hands and joints. And normally it's my legs and ankles. And then I started seeing weird developments on my fingers. I'm like, what on earth? Well, so I cut out sugar, but I kind of went heavy on the chips and dip. And so anyways, I'm thinking, oh gosh, Mike, now they're healthy chips. I know how to buy good food, being around Mike and Deanna.
Let's talk about that. What are healthy chips?
Oh, healthy chips. Well, the ones that don't have sunflower oil
Canola
and canola. Yeah.
So like fried in coconut oil or avocado oil.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Colorado.
They're not Ruffles or Cheetos, guys.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
still, they're chips.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, there might be a Dorito, too, that was around. But whatever. Okay, so anyways, I started aching. I thought, okay, this is enough. I need my sleep. This is looking weird. I need my fingers. I'm going to go keto. And so that's what I did. And frankly, it's been so easy. I can't even believe it. The food that you get to make, the little menus have been fantastic. There are maybe 4 to 6 different ingredients. And so it's no carbs at all. And you can have 20 grams. I don't know how to, calculate all of that. But, it's primarily the meat and protein and all of that. My husband's a really big eater, big into carbs at night. And he's even said, Liz, I'm going to follow your lead. I don't need this stuff anymore. So now we're both on to keto. And it's not like we're trying to be keto. It's just a new way of making food and eating. My girlfriend sort of noticed a difference in me. Now she's taken her family on it. We're sharing recipes. We're sharing before we're cooking the keto pizza, which is so simple and fantastic. Sorry, maybe I shouldn't have said keto pizza.
No, it's fine.
Okay, good.
Whatever.
I mean, there's so many. You really don't miss out on anything. You're just using different ingredients. It's so fun and simple, and it's just been a kick in the pants, and I'm thrilled. And I'm seeing results, like these little nodules on my fingers. Like, I don't know what's going on inside me, but I have to believe it's amazing because I can see the difference on my joints, on the exterior. So inside must be incredible. So I'm really thrilled. Sleeping better, feel like I'm thinking better,
Maybe we'll give a little context. So how old are you and how old is Bob, your husband?
I'm 63 and Bob is 70.
And so Bob, for a while, I mean, growing up, we'd have we were meat and potatoes kind of.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
And milk.
Yes.
Milk, meat,
cereal.
potatoes.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's hard for a lot of people to change their diet midstream, like midlife, because they've been eating that way for a while. But I think most people generally want to feel better and feel healthier.
Yes.
So they're willing to sacrifice maybe their historical habits so as to feel better and prevent disease. One thing I've noticed, memory-wise, seems a lot better with you.
Good.
Not that it was bad before, but just some things like you'll say, now, I think I've already told you this before, blah, blah, blah. Whereas before you would say the same story, which is fine because you probably told it, but so I've noticed for sure. And I noticed that last night. And I noticed, again, there was sugar, there was alcohol. You're like, I don't even need it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so joint pain's better.
Yes.
Sleep was a big one for you. And it's a big one for a lot of women. I hear this with your age, it's like the biggest complaint is sleep issues. Maybe it's early to tell 3 weeks in.
Yes.
And you traveled up here, first time you've been on an airplane in a long time. So there's other confounding variables, but you've noticed sleep is generally a little better.
Yes, it's definitely improved. I sleep 100% better than most of my girlfriends, and I have a range of ages of girlfriends. The girlfriends my age barely sleep 2 hours a night. I mean, it's horrible.
Wow.
But they're also not very good on what they're choosing to eat.
So food and then wine too?
Wine, yeah. I really like my wine, and I still do have wine. I just didn't have it last night.
What have you noticed? So now, I feel like maybe the bandwidth of your body's cleaned up because you're eating, better and stuff like that. When you have wine, you enjoy it, but do you notice on nights that you have it versus you don't, sleep is different?
Yes, I definitely had a great sleep last night, without a doubt.
Without wine.
I don't think I even moved. I just stayed in the same position. It was fantastic.
Okay, now that we're talking about sleep, I think it's important because I think it was last summer we were in Lake Tahoe and sleep was an issue for you, so you would get antihistamines.
Yes.
Are you comfortable talking about that?
Yeah.
Because I was like, dude, Mom, no, what are you doing?
No, you had a heart attack, yeah.
Okay, so we were going to we went to was it Long's drugstore?
No, it's, what is it up there? It's really good. Oh, I forget the name of it.
It's not Vaughn's.
It's not Rogers, but it's a big, good store, yeah.
Okay. We were in Lake Tahoe, and you were like, hey, I have to go to the drugstore for some stuff. I'm like, well, what are you getting? And you were getting?
I always forget the name, the pink pills.
The Benadryl.
Benadryls, yeah, exactly.
Because it helped you go to sleep.
Yes.
And so the thing with that, friends, is that the Benadryl and these antihistamines, they alter your natural stages of sleep. So you get sleep, but it's not high quality. So you kind of feel tired and stuff. But you were at the point where like you weren't sleeping. Your sleep was so bad, you just needed something.
I need, definitely support, without a doubt, yeah.
And then what, did you stop after that or no?
Yes.
You're like, fine, I'll listen to my son.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. Well, I was curious because I know a lot of women that are on Ambien or low dose sleep stuff, and they're just like, no, I'm not. I'll change everything else, but I'm not removing that.
Yeah, I've gotten that in the past. Nothing helps me at all. I'm really stubborn, apparently, or I just don't have the blood work. Cause I don't know, but yeah.
Progesterone, your hormone guy?
Yeah, I take all three. Yeah,
well, I wonder if
for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gosh. Well, so Mom, if we could kind of close this. Of course, it's been 3 weeks, right? It's new, but you probably had hurdles and obstacles because, one of the things that people associate eating dietary fat with is like clogging their arteries and getting heart disease. And you had a mitral valve prolapse and you're probably concerned about your heart. Was there any hesitation about eating more fat and more meat in regards to your heart health?
No, not an inkling.
What? Why?
Oh, because I've listened to most of your 250 interviews and
so you've heard it enough times.
Oh yeah, it's repetitive that it's, well, maybe it's controversial between, normal med versus the naturopaths and how they think about things, but no, I'm going to follow your lead.
So you're good, yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are concerned about that.
Yeah, no, I'm not nervous at all. Yeah.
Do you have any reservations about telling, because you go to Kaiser for primary care, saying you're on keto, or when you go, will you mention anything?
All the time.
You'll tell them what you're doing?
Oh yeah, they totally know what I'm up to and support it. Some doctors will get mad about certain things, but it's not a regular physician, it'll be a one-off,
Mm-hmm.
They don't like you to be on estrogen and things. They're looking at the old studies, which you and I talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Women's health stuff.
Yeah.
And everything like that.
Yeah.
So do you plan on doing keto for a long time then, or?
Oh yeah, I'm in 100%, not even. Actually, our meals are more delicious now than they were before. And I'm not a bad cook. I'm just a better cook, more creative now. And I know how to bake, which I never knew how to bake before. The really easy bake, little cookies, little treats. It's fantastic.
You had some almond stuff yesterday, I saw.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah, these almond muffins. They're amazing. Take 20 minutes to make, 4 ingredients. It's fantastic. Yeah, so it's perfect for me. I need easy sort of stuff, but flavorful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Instead of like getting a bar or something like that at the airport.
I don't get bars anymore.
Well, no, I know, but you used to a long time ago.
Right, yeah.
Or a cookie or whatever the heck. You'll spend a little bit of time cooking stuff, so you have it.
Yes.
With you, but you fasted, then that was like a backup so you don't get too hungry or whatever.
Well, I brought him for Nez, yeah.
Did she like them?
She did. And Amy loved him too. I took some to Amy today.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we've talked about talking about this before, but you've had a few surgeries over the years. And one of the things that you talked to me about in getting through that, because you had a hip replacement that then was recalled, and there was all these complicating factors. It was a big cluster, basically. It was more than a cluster. You talked about like recovery. So one time the hip replacement was done, you had both of them done at separate times. One time you didn't really change your diet, the other time you did. How was the experience comparing and contrasting those two different procedures?
Oh, wow. So I've had 7 leg surgeries, 4 hips total, two because I recalled. My femur got broke during one of the hip replacements, and then it shattered, and then we basically put the Golden Gate Bridge in my femur to keep it together, and then we pulled it out, and then I got nerve damage in this leg, and my whole right lower leg barely works. So I've been through a lot. I don't take pain meds on a regular basis, pretty much because of everything I've learned from Mike. I think other people, if they're in my situation, would be pretty addicted to things. We're tough. I live with a 5'6", like all day long. I would say definitely when you don't, sugar inflames you. You can see it. I had an issue last week with this leg, and I'm finally using a tape measure to do things, and it was 1.5 inches bigger than this thigh. Has a big bulge, and you know, it was out of the blue as to why that happened. But in knowing that I've reduced the sugar, I can see inflammation is going away. So while on the exterior, I'm able to see this. You don't get to see what's going on inside. And I think that word inflammation is used a lot, but people don't understand that literally things expand, explode, get twisted, and then nothing's really working right. So cutting out the sugar and the carbs is really, really important. Any packaged food, frankly, I wouldn't buy a bar in a million years if you gave it to me. Really, I'd just drink water. At this point in time, I know how to do it.
Yeah.
You know, I've learned from you. You do it, you know, if you can do it, I can certainly try to do it. Right?
I want that attitude, yeah.
Yeah, you know, so it's not bad. Yesterday, flying, I didn't buy a thing. I didn't touch a thing except my buckle and then swab myself right after. And just had my little water with me and didn't even eat till 4:30. It was easy.
It felt good.
It was easy.
But going back, so when you got your second hip replacement surgery, you were having like bone broth beforehand, bone broth after.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
remember you telling me at the time, like, the recovery is so much faster this time.
Well, definitely. And when I had a heart surgery too. I'm kind of like a surgery girl. I don't get a cold, but I get surgeries. Anyways, yeah, the bone broth. It's all, I forgot, honey. That is amazing. And yeah, I pre-made, you know, great little meatballs and different things that Bob could easily, you know, make for me because I was sort of in bed for a tad bit of time. And yeah, we had it down. It was good. Yeah.
So you saw at that point that nutrition was important.
Yes.
And said, hey, I need to recover, you know,
Yes.
so I can do stuff. And you got out in front of it.
Yeah.
And, you know, because you knew that the hospital's not going to give you that kind of food. I mean, we all know how terrible the food is in the hospital.
It's horrific. Oh, and the other thing I did, I got into these smoothies and creating amazing smoothies. I had a friend that got really sick. He's a horrible eater. Oh my gosh. Chick-fil-A and See's Candy and you name it. So I created these smoothies for him and following, you know, what the protocols are with the types of medications he's on. Because you have to be very careful about the medications and pain meds and hearts and disease and all of that. And it worked out great. So, yeah, I've kind of got that down. It's been fun.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, Mom, final question. This one's controversial. Kind of. So the news and TV is a big part of your life, right? Big part of your life.
Big.
That being said, and I know as for me, like for the first time in years, I started to pay attention to the news and politics and things like that during the virus, like a lot of people did. I found for me, it made me more negative. It was reflective in some of my content that I was producing online because there's deception, there's lies, there's controversy, there's, you know, changing standards all the time. You've been watching the news for a while, but I've heard you say, I got to take a break. I got to take a break. What have you found? So there's this balance of staying in touch with what's going on, especially right now with everything, and detaching so it doesn't affect your mood. How have you kind of balanced those two things?
So I am a little obsessed with the news. It definitely affected me. So when I talked about my femur the other day, so I'm not doing sugar and carbs, but the stress, I think, went straight to my nerves. And I have another girlfriend that had an issue with her knee operation and has after effects. And when she gets stressed, the same thing. So watching and somehow not letting it absorb you, that you want to be super reactionary, just get out there in the middle of the streets and do something, which is the way I felt at the time. Like it created so much stress inside me, it just like almost shut my body down. So I definitely need to just look and not take in. It's hard to do that, but try not to be like too
emotionally attached.
So emotional, yeah, very emotional. Makes you very aggressive.
Yeah, it is frustrating on multiple levels. So yeah, it's tough. So I think there is a balance. You know, I think if you're experiencing health issues or sleep issues or anxiety, and you're like, well, my diet's good, my exercise is good, like all this is good, but then you're getting some of the negative stressors from that.
Right.
And I think it's when you have some sort of emotional attachment, when you want, whether it's a political figure or whatever, to go a certain way, and I notice this when I watch, I like football. So when I watch the Seahawks, and if I get really into it, I'm like, they have to win because of this. If they don't, then this, then it stresses me out. Then I'll want to
Right.
drink more. Then I'll stay up late watching videos and opinion and see what all the pundits said about this one play. And I'm like, it's just a game. Who
Your
gives?
adrenaline's just on fire. And I think it's purposeful for some things, but I don't
Yeah.
think it's purposeful when you're sitting at home
Every
unable to
day.
do anything about it, so yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I admire people who can kind of just see it, take it in, and go, you know what? Everything's going to work out how it needs to.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
friends, hopefully you enjoy this content. Do you want to should we put your Instagram handles below and stuff? Do you want to connect with people? Not
It's
necessarily.
okay.
Okay, whatever. Well, this is my mom, Liz. I'm grateful that you tuned all the way in. I just wanted to share this little, anecdote and story and stuff like that because, like I said, I hear a lot of roadblocks when it comes to clients and people saying, I couldn't live without my bread. I can't live without my wine. I can't live without my, you name it. And clearly you have someone who, kind of felt the same way, but realized that prioritizing their health was kind of the bigger picture here. And so if you have children, grandchildren, something to live for, you don't want to have achy joints and all that sort of stuff and feel terrible and have restless sleep. We haven't even got into testing.
Right.
I would be curious, to see your ketones and your glucose, because diabetes kind of runs in the family and stuff. That would be super interesting.
Definitely.
But your energy, your sleep, your mood, all that. I mean, it's a lot better. So, guys, I don't know how else to say it, but you can live without carbs too,
Mm-hmm.
And then slowly, look, would you be opposed to having bread in 6 months?
I don't think
You
I'm
know-
interested in it anymore.
You just know how yucky it makes you feel. You're like,
Yeah, I don't think I'm interested.
that's cool.
We'll see, but I don't think I'm interested.
Because you know how it feels.
Yeah.
I love it. So friends, hopefully you enjoyed that content. I would love to know how diet change affects you. We'll be following the comments below. So hopefully you learned something from this video. If you did, you can hit that like button, subscribe so that you get pinged when we launch new videos like this. And please share this video with a friend so we can inspire other people to live healthier lives. Talk to y'all soon.